Abraham Lincoln is considered a true American hero. But did you know that Lincoln liked to crack a good joke? In fact, if he would be living in the 21st century, we would consider him a massive troll. Here are 5 facts and stories about Lincoln that might be considered too crazy for history class. Number 5. Lincoln loved poop jokes. Lincoln loved to tell very long stories with massive punchlines, and he loved the ones about poop and shit the best. Lincoln's favorite joke was a joke about George Washington, about a Revolutionary War hero called Ethan Allen. Allen visited England a few years after the war, and Allen's English hosts tried to provoke a reaction in Allen by constantly insulting George Washington. Allen, however, would not crack, upon which the English decided to hang a portrait of George Washington in the outhouse, also known as the loo. This way, Allen would have to look Washington in the eye while taking a dump. After Allen went to the toilet, the English were laughing outside. "So, what did you think of Washington's portrait on the toilet?" they asked. And Allen said he thought it was a very appropriate place, for nothing will make an Englishman shit so quick as the sight of General Washington. Number 4. He convinced kids to almost set a hotel on fire. Lincoln was known for having an amazing sense of humor. Who would have thought that he almost committed arson because he just could not stop being funny? When staying at a hotel, Lincoln asked a couple of kids to throw a balloon into the fireplace. Because they're kids and they need to do what adults ask them, the children did throw the balloon in the open fire and it exploded. Lincoln tried to put out the fire with a broom, but it did not help much and he barely managed to keep the entire place from burning down. Number 3. He almost accidentally got married. Lincoln was being pestered by a woman who wanted him to marry her sister named Mary Owens. Lincoln had only met Mary Owens very briefly, but thought she was an absolute bore. The woman said that she would bring Mary all the way from Kentucky if he agreed to marry her. Lincoln responded with, "Yeah, sure, that'll happen," but the woman did not understand Lincoln's sarcasm and traveled with her sister up north all the way from Kentucky. Lincoln was surprised when Mary showed up, thinking they were engaged. And not wanting to break the engagement, Lincoln decided to start writing letters to Mary, gaslighting her into breaking up with him. Lincoln then moved to Springfield, where he wrote to Mary saying that the people in Springfield were very rich and that she would probably be very sad being poor in this setting. He was ultimately able to convince Mary not to wed him. Number 2. He made his political opponent cry. Early in his time, Lincoln had a debate with Jesse B. Thomas, who spoke first in debate in the House of Representatives. Instead of rebutting, Lincoln got up on stage, mimicking Thomas's voice, gestures, and gait. The whole house was laughing by then. Not being able to leave by the rules of the debate, Thomas had to sit still and silently while being roasted by Lincoln. Lincoln pressed so hard and long until Thomas burst into tears. The media called Lincoln's technique skinning, and Lincoln was the talk of the town. But at the end, Lincoln found Thomas and apologized. Before we go through to number 1, I would like to thank you for watching this video. I really enjoy making these videos and it gives me great pleasure to read through your comments and see your likes. So if you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to never miss a video again. And leave a comment with any subject or anything you would like me to make a video on. Number 1. He won a debate by ripping his opponent's shirt open. One of Lincoln's opponents was Democrat Colonel Edmund Dick Taylor. Taylor loved to bash Lincoln and his Whig party for being posh, rich, and aristocratic, even though Taylor himself had acquired quite a fortune. During one of their debates, after Taylor had spoken, instead of rebutting, Lincoln got up on stage and ripped Taylor's shirt open. This revealed a fancy ruffled shirt with gold chain, several seals, and a lot of other fancy and expensive knickknacks. After this, Lincoln left without a word, and by surprise, he actually won the debate.